Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus the Riven Realms. I know I said I was going to take us to Avernum off camera, and we're still going to go there today, but there's a couple things that we can do in Larnak that I thought it would be fun to record first. So we're going to pop into the hive quickly and tell them that we have succeeded in the Yerg propagation to two of the cities. We've done it in Devon and Torzeg Shelter. We just need to head over to Avernum, but we might as well tell them about it. Report that you arranged distribution in Torzeg Shelter. Once you conclude your report, the ambassador clacks its mandibles excitedly. Excellent, friend. By the time you return to that city, you will find Yergs on sale. You do us a favor. The thought spreads. We think that you are also satisfied now. And then we will report another arrangement, and then arrange distribution in Devon. Good job. And then we would like... Oh, I was wondering the possibility of propagating Yergs in the far north. The ambassador's compound eyes light up strangely when you present your idea of bringing Yergs to Kabur. So far north. Her mandibles twitch erratically. Good. We will help, friend. You ask her how they will get the Yergs there. Do they have access to the Bronze Desert through the Outer Realms, perhaps? Pathways to far places do not have to go through the outside, she announces. Our pathways go everywhere below. Not to worry, but you go talk to Murno. He has to get crystals to the north somehow, then find friends in the northern city. The Yergs will be there. It appears that this just might work out. We'll leave the ambassador. Let us go visit Murno, the crystal guy. Discuss the possibility of transporting imbued control crystals to the far north with Murno. When you tell Murno that you can make it to Kabur and you would need Yerg mounts and beasts of burden there, but you have no idea how to transport his crystals to the far north yet, he looks intrigued. What if I told you I can arrange for some of the crystals to get you up there, he asks with a friendly smile. Not by transportation to Kabur, mind you, but through Tot. How does that help you, you ask? Well, I have a friendly colleague in Tot I trust, and more importantly, who can imbue crystals for us and then send them down to Flagados Bridge. Get it over the blockade and to anyone you want them to get to. You ask him what this operation will cost you. Murno smiles before answering. Quite a lot, I'm afraid. See, I need to message him through sorcery, and then he has to get crystals, embedding materials, work on them, bribe everyone at Flagados to get them through, so 500 bros? But then you'd have your crystals and only have to arrange the rest with the local people, eh? He's asking for an arm and a leg, but this would indeed make it possible for you to obtain Yergs in the far north. Pay the fee, we have lots of money. Murno takes your money and shakes your hand. I shall contact my friend right away, he vows enthusiastically. Your crystals will get through Flagados and into Kabur in no time. Also, if I may suggest, you could set up a hub for the Yergs at the bridge, too. Crystals will pass through there, and wouldn't take much for the creatures to get there if what you say about the Ascori's ability to transport them below ground is true. Dude, we'll have four outposts in the main continent, and then we'd have 2 in the desert. That's awesome. You agree with the Crystalmancer, and he nods. I'll message the ambassador and ask her to have some of the Yergs stop at Flagados, then take the rest to Kabur. You just go ahead and arrange the storage and embedding of the facilities at each location. Once all that is done, you're good to go. And of course your business is much appreciated. Time to visit the far north again. Well, we do have to take some salt back there, so let's leave the shop. And then the last thing I thought we'd do in Larnak is visit the headquarters of House Venari here. We have enough rep to go visit the Stinger Lord, Scytherus? I'm assuming it's a silent P. Ask for his assistance with the development of your outpost. Ooh, I didn't know I could do that. What will he do? 10 fighters? We already have timber. Bright kelp? How much bright kelp do I need? Hold on. Outpost. 150. 5 stacks. How much is 5 stacks? 150. It's going to cost us 25 rep. That's fine. We can make it work. Dude, that means I don't have to transport bright kelp. Thanks, guy. What's the other thing? Ivory? 500 ivory is a crazy amount of ivory to be hauling around. But we have the bright kelp and we have the timber. Now all that's left is the ivory and the bronze. Give him a rare treasure? Sure. Yes, we made up for the lost relationship. This is what I wanted to do here. Offer your services to Lord Scytherus. How very kind of you. The Stinger Lord comments offhand, and you think he will leave it at that, but then he narrows his eyes and seems to realize something. Actually, there might be something here that a Vagrus of your stature could help us with. Someone loyal to us, but not a member of House Venari, per se. You see, we have an outpost out on the Smolderbone Flats that is primarily a large underground mushroom operation called Omphalat. It has seen better days, so we do not expect much of it, but recently, its yield has become abysmal. Our own agents are mum on the matter, and I fear that someone is playing a game with us, believing that the remoteness of Omphalat will result in us losing interest. Isn't it the best when someone underestimates you and creates a scenario for themselves where you can ambush them? Anyway, I need someone to go there and sort it out. Would you be interested? Yes, offer our help in the matter. We're heading that direction today anyway. Splendid, Vagrus, just splendid. Omphalat can be found in the middle of the flats. He indicates it on one of the large maps laid out on his desk. Go there and act in my name. First, try to find out what the root of the problem is, and, if you can, deal with it decisively. We are manticores, we are scorpions, we do not abide by such nuisances. Take this. He gives you a small letter sealed with his personal sign in wax. This should tell our people there that you are working for us. Use it wisely. You do not want to draw attention to your inquiry too soon. You tell him that it is to consider it done. Excuse me. Alright, so now we can head north. We've already loaded up on supplies here. This is actually for House Venari, so off we go. It's such a relief not to have to worry about being ambushed by sandworms anymore. Very good, I say. Yeah, let's get our vigor back. And then we'll just head north. Leave some food. Why would there be a thing to Irophons just like in the middle of the desert? Holy. Alright, don't send your people out today. Terrible chances of finding food. Unlucky. We can go force march a little bit, but 9 out of 10 is pretty good. So let's go ahead and force march. And then we're almost to Omphalat. Actually, we'll be able to get there today. Ta-da! Yo, I'm here. What's up? To the caverns. Take a stroll around the caverns to see what is going on. The rocky fields between the glowing stems resound with the usual noises of cracking whiplashes and wailing slaves, just like in the Empire's other ordinary work camps, with the added benefit of atmospheric lighting. However, as you walk around, you get the impression that all is not as usual. The drivers seem to have a hard time asserting their authority, and some of the slaves cast defiant looks upon their masters. A foreboding sense of a catastrophe to come hangs about the whole camp, and you begin to wonder whether this is the cause for the unusually low yields you were sent here to examine. Look around at Omphalat Outpost to see if there's anything you could do. You descend on a complex array of racks and ladders hewn from bone into a huge subterranean grotto illuminated by pale bluish glow. The enormous cavern is beset by a sweet musky scent and dotted by tall tree-like fungi emitting the aforesaid spectral light. Between these enormous stems, clay huts of various sizes and shapes huddle, and a multitude of workers scurry around, busy with harvest work. Some on ladders, some on ropes dangling from the caps high above, again others tending to mushrooms with fertilizer and dung. Apparently, what if we talk to this guy? Ask him about himself. Ask him about House Venari. Alright, we will show him the letter, because there's nothing else to do. You hand the letter to the superintendent, who unrolls the parchment and eyes it for some time. He then quietly nods to himself and rolls it up and puts it down between other similar-looking scrolls on his desk.
Thank you, Vagrus, he says, stroking his beard. We were already aware of the problems mentioned by Master Scytherus. We are dealing with them. You can report back that there's nothing to worry about.
Somehow you are sure that there is more to this matter, but when you try to press it, Progir makes it clear that he does not want to discuss it any further.
We are dealing with the problem, Vagrus, he emphasizes, so in case there is nothing else, I've got no other issues to attend to.
Ask Progir about something else. Alright, well, that's it. Bye. That was weird. I am absolutely baffled. How do you fix this? There's nothing else to do. Oh, here we go. All right, that guy stonewalled me, so we will try to talk to the slave drivers. You approach a couple of the handlers who are enjoying, albeit that might not be the right expression judging from their looks, their meager lunchtime stew of cold mushroom stew sitting on the rocky ground, their backs against one of the giant fungal stems. Chewing gloomily on their tasteless meal, they look up at you.
What do you want?
You ask him about the low yields, to which they glance at each other and then look up at you again, rather suspiciously. One of them spits out a piece of mushroom and then asks in a hostile manner,
What low yields? We've got more than we can stomach.
His fellow drivers erupt in laughter. It is quite clear that these fellows will not talk unless motivated somehow. Yes, bribe them. You slip a few coins to the drivers. They act as if they're offended, but then they take the bribe and eventually start to talk.
Right, listen up,
the senior slave driver whispers.
You might have already gotten the impression that Superintendent Progir isn't exactly at the top of his game. This goes to the extent that there's an abolitionist cell within Omphalat, which he happens to know about. Well, we all know about it, but he's too afraid for his shitty position to report it to the bosses in Larnak. Not that he likes the position, but I guess it pays well. Certainly better than our job, and that's why none of us care. I certainly won't be strangled or shanked by some slave for these starving wages. Anyway, the abolitionists have been sabotaging the harvest for some time now, and methinks they're planning to revolt sooner or later. I won't stand in their way for that, that's for sure. Their leaders are well known.
With that, the guard quickly describes whom to look for and where they are in the very caverns. You memorize the information and leave for the time being. At least one companion. Story and alignment. Okay, try to locate the abolitionist leaders indicated to you by Omphalat Outpost's personnel. You are given a rather accurate description of the main collaborators and soon manage to spot one of them, a young slave woman. To say that she is acting suspiciously is a gross understatement. Characteristically of Omphalat's loose regimen, she does not even try to conceal that she is up to no good, so you follow her. It is highly likely that she realizes this, but apparently does not care too much. The woman joins a meeting of slaves only haphazardly concealed behind one of the clay huts. They confer in low voices while you ponder your next step. Spend some time watching them. Confront them now. Spend some time watching them. Gain loyalty. You spend some time spying on the slaves, but cannot make out much of their conversation. After a while, the meeting seems to be over and the group splits up. Most of the conspirators return to their work, or the pretense of it, but 3 of them walk away from the main camp to the grotto's unlit rock wall that is out of the way of all activities. You decide to go after them stealthily. Hidden in the shadows and concealed by a patch of unglowing dead fungi, there is a tunnel entrance by which they enter. You wait a few minutes to make sure that no one is watching and then follow them. Enter the tunnels. Only 4 companions, so let's take the best we got. I think these 4 will do just fine. Yeah. The system of tunnels you venture into is quite spacious, and was apparently used by the outpost's workers at some point. The walls are partially carved, and there are signposts at the junctions, or at least in the initial corridors. Possibly during Omphalat's former days, there was an effort to dig deeper into the ground, which was then abandoned for whatever reason. As you delve deeper inside, this becomes more evident. The corridors gradually become rougher and the signs of dilapidated infrastructure disappear. You have to be careful not to lose your way in the twisting tunnels. At length, you come upon a commodious cave lit by torches. The light is enough to make your advance more carefully. make you advance more carefully. There are people here. When you spy from behind a rocky corner, you see a group of slaves. Abolitionists, the whole lot of them. There's no doubt about it. They are gathered around an older woman, or an older man with exceptionally bulbous eyes. It seems you are far from being stealthy as you assumed, for those eyes almost immediately fixate upon you. Dang guy has owl eyes. Why skulk around? We can tell you are there. The torches cast shadows, you know. Reveal yourself and offer your help. Order your companions to attack the rabble of slaves. You will give no quarter. Leading your group, you enter the cave, weapons at the ready. While your komis engage the other slaves, you head for their leader. He reaches for his weapon, but you slay him before he can draw it. Holy crap! I killed a man. I think that might be the first guy me personally actually killed. Astounding. Let's swap you guys around. I'm thinking I would like Nadir to summon her imp man at some point. First of all, we're going to throw down the ward. And then we'll try to kill this guy before he can use his ability. Dead. I've been focused. Look out. Owie. Critical hit. Savage Rage. Alright, who's got armor? Probably you. You look like you're armored. Maybe. Maybe not. Nothing. Okay. Try to kill this guy. He seems kind of dangerous. Stab him. Dead. Haha, nerd. Debuff. Now summon your imp. Yeah, get the imp. Yes, that's exactly what I want to see. Debuff this dude. Nerd. Haha, you guys stink. You're dead. Garrick, why don't you reload? I felt like I could get a little greedy. But why get greedy if I can just kind of like easily manage the fight? Oh, double kill. Owned. The fight is over, and you are victorious. Common slaves are no match for your crew's superior skills. It is clear that you have managed to subdue the leaders of the abolitionist cell. What remains should prove no problem to Omphalat's guards. You decide to seek out the superintendent and inform him. As soon as Progir hears the news, he sends out his forces to round up stragglers and collaborators. Shortly after, the outpost is filled with the anguished screams of the punished and the tortured. Yikes!
Listen, Vagrus, the dwarf says, I'm more than aware that I haven't handled this whole affair the way a strong-minded leader should. I am most thankful for your help, but I'd be even more thankful if you didn't mention my shortcomings to the Venari representatives back in Larnak. The repercussions of failure tend to be harsh.
I see no reason why I shouldn't tell them. To that you make no promises, but prepare for departure instead, leaving him in doubt. Your work here is done. Sidarius gained loyalty? I thought Gorgoro would be upset. We did get some insight, though. Alright, that's it. We've done it. We sorted out Larnak. We will go back and report our findings to the Stinger Lord. We can't go anywhere? We can't stay in the cave? Alright, we'll sleep outside. Head up to Avernum. Excuse me. Leave me alone. Full barricade. Oop. Activate. And then Testudo. Advanced shield wall formation, raising defensive capabilities. Dude! That's pretty sick. Takes away crit fail. Yeah, let's try it. Didn't go super well. Most of my companions got bodied. We did succeed, technically. And then eliminate leaders, I guess? Activate. Shield wall, will that help? A little bit. Might as well. We gotta make use of our stuff anyway. So fight. It's funny, when your people get wounded, they actually don't lose that much vitality. Orcs are probably some of like the toughest fights you have to fight. later in the game. Mostly because of that ability. Like the fact that they can tank a death blow, and then you have to spend more time killing them again. Now they're all gonna punish Garrick. Yep. They always do. Oh, shove him to the back again? No, Garrick doesn't move. Alright, I can't really stun any of these people, so let's just move Eilani back to the front. Crit for 9 is fantastic. Burn these two. Crit for 9? Wow. Get a kill, maybe? Ah, rude. Just try to kill him. Yeah. It's a little bit of a... I mean, it's definitely an overkill. But I think it was worthwhile. Swap with Garrick. Ah! Just unlucky when it comes to whether or not that ability procs or not. That guy melted. I'm okay with that. Alright, we actually killed a guy for real this time. And then we healed his friend. And then we unhealed him. How did you end up at the front again? Probably got charged. If I had to guess. Alright, Garrett got clobbered. But otherwise, people did pretty okay. Not too bad. See how the overall fight went? Lost 9 fighters. Jeez. Retreating? No, you're not. That killed them all? Destroyed. Lost a lot of fighters in the process, though. Not necessarily lost them, but... Okay, a lot of people recovered, thankfully. Lost a scout, lost like 6 fighters? 7 fighters, okay. Got a lot of stuff, though. Can't carry most of it. We'll leave the bone behind, I suppose. Critical success! Good job, hunters. We're so close. That's okay. Tomorrow, our vigor is so low. Now into the city. Approach the guards, nothing to hide. Deliver our payload. Doot doot. Do we want scrap metal? Can't I smelt this? Hold on. Smelt metal? Neat. Yeah, I think that's a better use of the scrap metal than just selling it. I think. I'm not sure. Maybe. Let's see. We need to go back to Larnak here. So Larnak, 7 days away. It would be kind of cool. I know that it's only part of the tutorial, but it'd be kind of cool if you could go back to Scrap Town or whatever it was called in the tutorial. That'd be kind of fun. But who knows? Maybe Scrap Town doesn't exist anymore in this era. Maybe everybody died. Think about that. All right, back to Larnak. Can take this Carpenter's Guild. House Venari for sure, because we want to be best friends with them forever. We don't have much space left. Yeah, we don't have enough space for anything left. All right, Yurg propagation, please. In order to set up the crystal-tamed Yurg business in the city, you will need a strong faction not only to pitch in, but also to put pressure on local magistrates who will in turn give you permission to arrange the deal. Well, it's a good thing that I'm, like, the best friend with the magistrate, so... Yeah, your friendship with the prefectus should suffice. You need 7 or more, and we have 9. It does not take long to convince the Prefectus of the merit of your proposal, as he is always open to new avenues of profit and becomes intrigued by the possibility to build a relationship with the Uscori. An abandoned old Manzio is set up to store Yergs in Scoria, and once the basics of the deal are established, the Prefectus promises to take care of the rest. The hub will soon be set up, and you will be able to get your hands on crystal-tamed Yergs for the Comitatus and Avernum too, after you talk to the ambassador in Larnak. It is good business. Good job. Level of trust is 11 now. Holy cow. Later, dudes. Alright, back out into the wasteland. Back to Larnak. And actually, I just realized there's one other thing in Larnak I forgot to do. Oh, Ren, how did you get wounded so badly? There's the bookseller who tells you about the Sunken Tower, or the quest to get into the Sunken Tower. I've been meaning to check out the Sunken Tower for quite a while, because it's got like the cool like randomized run mode that they added to the game. This happened a while ago. I think it was actually in the game either right after or before, or like right before I actually started playing it on YouTube. So it's been in the game for a really long time. I just never knew about it until relatively recently. Oh, we're so close to Larnak. One step away. And our people have their morale taken from them. Strange winds abound. Into the city. Whoops. They're like, get out of here. I'm like, okay, I'll leave. Alright. So let's go talk to the Stinger Lord. Here. House Venari. Visit to the Stinger Lord. Inform him about what happened at the Omphalat outpost. Your detailed report pleases the Stinger Lord. Splendid, Vagrus. It seems that I was right in putting House Venari's trust in your abilities. He pours a drink to both of you and toasts your help. It is a crystal clear beverage with a potent, almost chilly punch to it. So, abolitionists, you say? Scytherus raises his eyebrow, and then walks over to a display case and takes out a pair of ruined vembraces, and then hands them to you. Good riddance, I say. They are a pest that needs to be cleansed from all our ventures. To reward your success, I have something special here. These arm guards were carved from authentic demon bone and enchanted to protect from against magical harm. One of a kind, like you. Wear them proudly. That's sick. You also receive a pile of silver coins for your trouble. After a few minutes of genial conversation, Scytherus gingerly guides the conversation back to business, should you still have any. Demon bone vembraces. Dude! That's awesome. Thank you, sir. We'll leave the Ocula. And then I think the bookshop is in the fields. It is! So go to the Noonday Reader if you're like, how do I get to the Sunken Tower? I was exactly the same way as you. Xanderus wishes to discuss your ongoing search for knowledge. Please forgive my, Xandros looking for the right word, arriving at something he still considers imperfect, curiosity, but you strike me as someone who is on a quest for knowledge. I hazard a guess that it's the reason you have frequented this humble store. So you have to buy like a few books from him in order to get this to trigger. You confirm to the shopkeeper that his assumptions are correct for the most part. Ah, yes. On a path of discovery you are, it seems, Xandros muses before fixing his dark gaze on you. But are you invested in preserving knowledge as well? Tell him that you would be interested in that. Tell him that you are not interested in that. Very well, Xandros smiles genially. You are not alone in that noble endeavor. This place is all about books, of course, but there are others still. It occurs to me that you might find an unlikely ally in an acquaintance of mine, the head librarian of Torzag Shelter's public library. You ask Xandros about this friend of his. I wouldn't go that far, but she is a consummate professional, which is something I greatly respect. His reply is decidedly reserved. Her name is Tertia Sartra. She would be a great asset to your search, in my humble opinion. I can put you into contact with her, and you'll see where it goes. You tell the shopkeeper that you are listening. He kneels down behind his counter, mumbling to himself, and then he rises with a small book bound in green leather. He puts it onto the counter and pushes it towards you theatrically. My gift to you, seek her out at the library. Give her the book and tell her that I sent you. Oh, and don't worry about the sign that says the library is closed. Simply enter and find her beyond the great vestibule. You take the book from the counter and you ask him why he is doing this. Xandro smiles for a while in silence before answering. Oh, let's just say I'm always invested in connecting seekers of knowledge. Say it is my calling. You nod and take a quick look at the book. The book only displays the title inside the cover, Custodes. You raise an eyebrow. You have heard of this volume before. It is infamous for being on the Imperial blacklist. Even possessing a copy is a felony. Or worse, heresy. Spying your concerns, Xandro smiles genially and leans on the counter. Certain pieces of knowledge are worth the risk, don't you think? Tertia is someone who doesn't shy away from going behind the back of the authorities when the preservation of knowledge is concerned. She is of the greatest... Some of the greatest truths are hidden in this day and age. You hide the volume on your person and wonder about this mysterious librarian and the heretical book you are supposed to give her. You will have to see for yourself. Gained 1 Custodes. Has our book arrived? It has. It is a riveting read. All right, we will order a new book while we are here because we will come get it next time. I've been ordering the books in order of most expensive to least expensive. So let's order a book on Sergot Kala. I don't even know what that is. Order the book. Off we go. Leave. Awesome. Cool. Well, let's see here. So we've got... Oh, we should tell the hive. Last thing we do in this episode. Success. Report distribution in Avernum. All cities... Now you have all the Yergs in all the cities as you required, or desired, the ambassador says almost cheerfully. Use them well, look after the herd. You bow your head and are about to leave when the ambassador adds, Murno satisfied as well. Go visit. He said he has new crystals, better crystals. You assure her that you will follow when your duties allow. It appears everyone is satisfied. All right, we will visit Murno real quick. Not there, here. Chat. Buy something? Ooh! A crystal that enhances control over the Yergs in a fight. An arcane crystal that allows the use of complex mental commands on bound Yerg drones, making them much more formidable in combat. Ooh. We got a different... I did this off camera, actually, as I bought a different crystal that makes the Yerg use less, like, food? Like, or labor? Definitely buy that. Thank you, sir. Have a good day. Now, last thing we'll do here is let's take a look. You've got only 2 beasts of burden available. That's rough. But I guess we have to start somewhere, huh? Oh, neat. I didn't know you could just like straight up 1-for-1 swap like that. Well, all right, time to bite the bullet. We're gonna do it. Let's unload our cargo first. I almost forgot. Offload that, and then let's just sell the metal here. I don't know if I'll be able to carry it anyway. We gotta have enough space to have enough food to get to Torzeg's shelter, and then we also have to be able to hold on to the salt here. So let's go ahead and sell all of our horses. There goes all of our... capacity there. Do we have enough slaves to carry our stuff for us? I don't know. We're gonna find out. Now, can we swap to... Yes. Okay, so it's gonna take 254 silver. We've done it. Buy the 2 Yergs. The Outrider art with the Yergs is sick as hell. That's so cool. Now, swap over to the Yerg drone crystal. Workforce needed less for mounts, beasts, and Outriders. It just gives you minus Twilight and lowers chance of undead ambushes. And then combat strength against undead. But we're not fighting any undead, so it's not like super important. Yeah, sorcery, sorcery. Okay, so both of them have to be up there. What happened to my weapons? Excuse me? There we go. Oh, it's because I didn't have any horses equipped. Oh, and then my saddlebags. Huzzah! Much better. All right, we've got Beasts of Burden. We've done the full swap over to Yergs. Now, the continued plan is to continue buying Yergs as we go. So 8 to 10 days worth of travel. And we went, if you noticed, we actually went from 4 days of supplies to 7 days of supplies. Granted, we lost like almost all of our mounts, but still. So we need 8 to 10 days worth of food. So let's go ahead and get that. Holy cow! We're already at 11. That's all right. It's already exciting for me. And then the last thing we'll do here. Torzeg Shelter. Sure enough. Good enough, I say. Onyx Outpost. Fort Erebus. No thank you. Right. Okay, cool. Well, let's pause the episode there. We will pick up next time and we'll head over to Torzeg Shelter to talk to the librarian. And then we'll see where things go. Maybe we'll go over to the Arcane Gate as well, since we've been hauling this salt around forever. And then maybe we should check in on the outpost. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see more episodes of Vagrus, the Riven Realms, or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel. Make sure your notifications are on so you know when the next videos go live. But until next time, everybody, I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody!